Okay, so today I plan on taking you through a tour of my latest developments on my Lion Knights / Royal Knights section of the kingdom. It's not finished, but this is my latest development on the display. Mostly centered around the Royal Knights Castle, which is my favorite castle of the Lion Knights. Obviously we're missing some Royal Knights, we are missing some Lion Knight sets within this, which will be implemented, but my basic idea was that you had a bridge and a little bit of water over here. You can see the forestmen are bringing some hay across the bridge, which is the Royal Drawbridge. And you can see him sneaking about. And there's a castle wall. We'll dive into each section here in a second on a more close level. And there's a bit of a dock, a place where they can go fishing, or they can bring in goods or whatever. And then there's a little bit of a town square of sorts. It's more portable. As you can see, there's just some market vendor tents here. And in the centerpiece of it all is the Royal Joust. Now, I wanted enough room in the town for them to be able to run lengthwise. It's kind of cramped. It's not as big as it should or could be. So, but I'm working with the space I have, plus the pieces that I have access to, including actual sets. So as you can see, kind of elevated slightly, which I kind of like to do with the foam, and then I'll build some more rockwork around it. But you can see the Royal Knights Castle kind of in the center, overlooking the small kingdom. And it's a little bigger in person than it does look on camera here. But albeit it is not very big. So we'll see if I get rid of the river. But I like having some space and sort of a barrier between entrance to the kingdom and other kingdoms. So I really like the space and the layout of it, although once I get finished I may have to change that. We'll see. Or add a table or a ledge or something. Maybe that'll work. But you can see there's plenty of grass and land. I guess enough for a few houses, a few cottages that may move in the future, as well as a marketplace and vendors. A little bit of rockwork out here, but again, that's gonna probably change and be surrounded in developments in the future. So yeah, that's sort of a bigger picture. We'll kind of work left to right here. But as you can see, there's a river and some decent landscaping there. That's not finished, but that's just the development. As you can see, the crossbow boat is here. I mean, it could benefit. They're so small, it could benefit from maybe 2 or 3 of them floating up and down, guarding the river passage here. Sort of mimicking a little bit of a cascade waterfall there. The Royal Drawbridge is your entrance into the kingdom. And there's the little guy sneaking on his little raft. There's a little bit of rock work in between this wall and this ledge. And then you can see there's Skeleton Surprise kind of over here. So you can enter the tomb, but you're going to get surprised by the skeleton. A little bit of rockwork ledge there to kind of block it off. That may change as things change, but yeah, Royal Drawbridge is there. And then there's a castle wall a la 80s style, including the armor shop here towards the entrance, and as well as guarded in right here, providing a wall, and then also providing shelter, a little bit of respite. And I brought a table outside because it's a little bit bigger. Ooh, sorry for the shaky camera work here. And they're sharing a meal and being served. There we go, by the crew and the staff. And sorry, this is a weird angle, but I added two. There's someone staying the night up in the top of the guarded inn. I don't know if you can tell that from here. But I kind of added to it and made a little sleeping quarters up inside the top. It almost looks like, and if you build this set and if you have it, there's a space that almost looks like a little bit of a loft. So I added a couple of pieces up there and plates for someone to be able to sleep there. Anyways, and then here is the fishing, the guy selling fish here. It's his market stand where you can go and order fresh fish. And of course it's right next to the water, so you can get it fresh and delivered. So he's cutting it there. There's a random barrel there. I provided the town with a gate, and it's open right now. It's just an open wall. But if you close it, it conforms to the wall, and then there is a gate that locks it. So that way there's some protection there in case attackers come from the river and try to swim across, or try to send a fleet or send some ships across or something of that nature. But yeah, I really love this part of the kingdom. It kind of cramps up the rest of it, but I just love the idea of it. So real quick here, there's a marketplace with some vendors. This vendor is a jewel smith. So I'm trying to get a good angle here. And he's kind of like, polishing some gems there, the jewel smith. And these are kind of, I'm kind of using pieces that I have. So they're not perfect. I may change this in the future. Here's the candle maker. And here is the hat maker. And then this guy's kind of like selling random tools. So I based these little tent. Ooh, sorry for the shaky camera work. I based this sort of tent idea off of the Castle Guard set. It's okay. They're okay. They're movable. We can move them around, pick them up, which is cool. Not ideal compared to other pieces, so that may change in the future. So the center of the town's got a little well. And then, of course, in amongst all of the peasants and the king's paying a visit here is the royal joust. And they're in the middle of a joust right now, in the middle of town, as you can see. So I like how that turned out. I like that being kind of the focal point. I really love the way that is. And then you got some peasants kind of dining and eating on stuff, drinking some ale, and kind of enjoying a little bit of the festivities here. Even some guards back here. And then you've got kind of a makeshift stable. That's the wrong historical period for the stable boy, but I was kind of throwing together some pieces that I had. We'll see. This will change in the future. Developments will change in the future, but the rough idea of all this and the layout will kind of stay the same. Real quick, we'll circle back over here, and obviously there's a little bit of room here for things, for knights to come in and out, soldiers to come in and out of the kingdom, and then some carts here and there. The royal carriage is parked here, but obviously it can be moved along if need be. That's not a good destination. And then I kind of made a bit of a ramp with pieces that I had to lead up towards the upper part of this elevated, what's going to be eventually elevated rockwork for the Royal Knight's castle. And it's, honestly, it's inspired a little bit by the New Line Knight's castle, how it kind of curves up and comes up like that. It's obviously it's a lot more primitive, but it turned out pretty well with some pieces that I had. So obviously some nice rock work. It's really sturdy there. Yeah, and I got a good angle on that. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. And obviously more rock work will kind of fill in more of this area as well, make it look more blended in. But that's just a development for now. Back here, some white pieces. I'm not really happy with the white, how that turned out. I kind of just wanted to throw some stuff together for what I had left over. These are, I guess, my interpretation of some barracks, or maybe a place that knights could stay. And that roof opens up, and then there's a bed in there. And that actually, my daughter helped design this. So I kept it because I feel like it was a great design. I'll probably just replace the different colored bricks and make it look a little more primitive. And there's a big fireplace in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'll pull that out later and do a video on some smaller buildings. But that was just something, an idea, throwing together pieces. I'm not sure what will end up in this section over here. Definitely think maybe a stable and just maybe some like bunks for the knights. They need somewhere to go. And I've got a few houses, but it's definitely not enough. So we'll see. We'll see what that'll end up to be. I'm really happy. Mostly I've spent a lot of time over here. Just kind of the borders of the kingdom and kind of where I want things to flow. And obviously they'll change size and color wise. And the red's okay. The white is not great looking. This blue one's okay. I don't know, we'll see. I may change those tints. And then over here I kind of placed some, see if I can do this with my one hand. This is pretty cool. I made some cabins. Alright, sorry for shakiness, but I made a few cabins here. Here's the front of this one. So just using a lot of pieces I had. You know, it's not very uniform, which is okay, but I might choose some. I'm just kind of using pieces I had. So I like the shape of it is pretty cool, and you can see the roof opens up. There's a bit of a sink in there. And a bit of a fireplace. And then this side, there's a bed. And then that door opens up, of course. So that's kind of cool. The shape of it's pretty cool. I don't know, maybe I'll take it apart and make something, a couple of smaller things with it. So I don't know who's living in there or any of these. This one's more of a, oops. There we go. This one's more of a primitive type cabin with some pieces I had. That door's pretty cool, needs a handle. But just something small enough where people could sleep in. It's got a little bit of a, let's turn that around there. Got a little tiny bit of a fireplace in here. Oof, sorry about the shakiness. Just something to keep them warm. A little bit of place to lay down. That's about it, just a little hut. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Just kind of a hut style place to live. This one's the same kind of thing, using pieces I had left over. It's okay. Ooh, that's locked on there. Not as functional as I hoped for. Oh boy. So, but I don't know, I may take it apart and make, oh, it's taking it apart for me. I may take it apart and make something smaller. Boy, I'm struggling to hold this thing. Wow. As you can see, there's a little bit of a fireplace in there. I like what's in it. We'll see. I like the little bed thing. It's pretty cool. Just something for just to keep warm. Could be soldiers' quarters. Could be some of these peasants. Not quite sure what it will totally be. I haven't decided yet. Boy, that really does not work well. Okay, there we go. This one's pretty well done. Probably spent the most time on this one. This one looks more, I don't know, Celtic or whatever, Viking-ish. The roof kind of comes up, and you've got fireplace in there, a bed, kind of a long bench really, and then a little bit of a table type thing. That's about it, not much to it, but it's got a good amount of room. Well, there's a shovel in there. But the look of it's pretty cool. I like the way that the design is. I don't know, if I could build 10 of these or something, that'd be great. And the door's pretty good. Anyways, you can see the peasants here hanging out, thrown together. There's one wild looking woman. I don't know if she'll stay there or not. I don't know what country she's from or what land. And anyway, so you've got some more knights hanging out for now, and then rock work will continue eventually. So that's the developments on this right now. They're taking in some treasure on this side of the castle. And a few of the catapults over here. Battering ram. Anyway, so there you have it. That's kind of my further development on, it's kind of what I've been working on for the past few months. My videos have been a little slim because it's been the holidays. And I've been working on this, not totally deciding on how I was going to arrange it. So yeah, with what little bit of space I have and with what pieces I had, this is kind of where I landed for now. And we're going to put in some more walls, add some more rock work, and then see how much room we have, and maybe we'll have to make a village somewhere else. I don't know if we'll have enough room for everyone to live within the walls of, you know, Lion Knight's kingdom or Royal Knights. We'll see. Or if I could just have my way, I'll just extend something over here. But I ran out of wall space, really, so yeah. I think it's really cool for what I've got going on. But thanks for tuning in, and look for more updates soon.